Medi Nurse provides private medical care for individuals and companies throughout the St. Louis area. And today they're here to speak with us about the flu outbreak in St. Louis. And joining us is registered nurse Pat Cook. Welcome back, Pat.
Thank you.
You're always here to share the good news with us.
I'm afraid today's news maybe not that good.
Not that good today. Yeah, the flu is really bad right now in St. Louis. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's talk about you first. So, Medi Nurse. So you guys are private duty nurses. So tell us, how does that work and what do you do?
If someone, for example, has just come home from the hospital having had surgery or some kind of medical intervention and need care, we're there. We can be there for 2 hours. We can be there for 24 hours, depending on what they need.
And are you generally hired by the family or are you sent by the doctor's office or both?
Usually the family, because people are working, maybe not able to take care of mom or aunt. Sometimes because the need, they're there to be able to take the care, but the need is more than an individual could manage.
Okay.
Transfers or dressing changes or those kinds of things.
Okay, and insurance sometimes covers your services, sometimes probably just depends.
Correct. Long-term care insurance probably would cover part of it. Medicare does not.
Okay. Okay, but anyway, more importantly is you're there to provide the care.
Correct.
And who wouldn't want anyone but Pat to be there to take care of you. So, all right, so the flu is really bad right now in St. Louis and everywhere, and everyone's talking about it. Everyone has been sick. I have not. Thankfully, you have not.
Correct.
So we're the two exceptions. Well, everyone else is falling over. But why is it so bad this year?
Well, what happens every year is that the makers of the flu vaccine make a guess about what the strains are going to be. This year, the H3N2, which was one of the 4 strains that was in the injection, migrated. It's pure and simple. It, for whatever reason, changed. And the efficacy of the vaccine against that particular strain is running about 39%.
So some people who got the vaccine are still getting the flu, in other words. It's just a different strain, what they're not protected for.
Right.
And then, of course, anyone who didn't get the vaccine is very susceptible.
And susceptible to all the strains, not just that H3. The map that CDC just recently published shows this in every state. Epidemic is the word that they used, in every state but Hawaii.
Really?
So, yeah, 49 states. And that's a different pattern than we usually see. It usually is in, locations. So you'll see some in Northern California. Maybe Missouri is a state hit hard.
Yeah.
So it's very different this year.
That's interesting. So it's really spreading, and it's spreading quickly. And we're in mid-January right now, so we are about halfway through the season?
Yeah, we have, I think the article that I read in the paper recently said there are probably 11, they think it's peaked, but there are 11 to 13 weeks maybe left that, it will continue to diminish, but it's still going to be out there.
Yeah, okay. Is it too late to get a vaccine?
No. Question if it's going to help or not if it didn't help the first time. But certainly for those people who didn't get a vaccine, there would be some protection.
Yeah. Well, I got one, and so far so good. So hopefully that continues to be true.
Right.
And you as well, of course. So what can we do? Whether or not we've received the vaccine to date, what are some things we could do to protect ourselves for the remaining part of the season?
Well, the very basics. I mean, good nutrition, lots of fluids, just kind of stay as healthy as you can and help yourself to do that by those things. If you are at all sick, if you feel that, you're just beginning to get sick, call the doctor. If it is diagnosed to do a flu, and the way to do that is a simple swab. If it is a flu, virus actually, there's Tamiflu. So there is a medication to help.
That'll shorten?
It'll shorten it. It won't make it go away, but it will somewhat eliminate the symptoms and the severity.
So and the flu can be tested right at the beginning?
Oh, yeah.
By the doctor's office?
It's a nasal swab.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break, Pat. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit, we're going to go dive deeper into how we can stay healthy at home and at work and out and about. So we'll learn more about the flu, not our favorite subject, with Pat Cook and Medi Nurse after this break. Stay with us for more STL Live.